Okay, everybody, welcome back. Time for another edition of WCW 2002, as it's the second week of the build to Rising Fury. So let's see what happens. Okay, first off, on the pre-show, we've got another tag team match, as we have Air Ray defeating Illich Skipper and Kid Romeo and 3 count in 1527. 52D+. Air Paris isn't soon as gimmick, which I might have to change here, if I ever actually use them on TV. But yeah, solid match, just putting over Air Raid again. And in these guys don't have anything to do at the moment, so let's throw them in a match together. Kaz Hayashi defeating Hugh Morris in 10:23 by submission with the Kaz mission, 56C minus. Yeah, Hugh Morris isn't his gimmick, but I don't care about that, because he's my new buff bag, or the guy I'm jobbing to hell just because I have nothing to do with him, and I have absolutely zero interest in them. So on to the actual show. So you start off with a video from earlier tonight, and the Steiners basically causing chaos, like backstage, yelling at backstage folks, throwing tables around, basically, upset that, WCW screwed them over and wasn't able to get the chain off the door last week, so they got screwed out of a possible world title shot. 88B+, Steiner improvised well, got the crowd hotter, performance of Steiner was good. Then in our first actual match of the night, we've got Alex Wright and Ray Jr. defeating Jindrak and Stasiak in 7:45 when Wright defeated Sean Stasiak by pinfall. 75B-. Crowd got the crowd buzzing. Ray got 77. And yeah, just a big win to get Alex and Ray into the #1 contender spot again. After the Road Warriors, after Hawk got sent off the rehab. Speaking of that, so Storm and Awesome come out. They have a little shoot comment on the Road Warriors. They say Wright and Ray Jr. get a title match, but they talk to Eric Bischoff, and it'll be the last shot for Alex Ray, as long as Storm and Awesome hold the tag titles. So just give a little heat to the actual match at Rising Fury, 62C. Like, nothing special, but just solid promo work to set up the tag title match. Then we have backstage. Chavo Sanders are backstage again for 80D+. Basically, Sanders says, Chavo, I've got a match for you. This time it won't be like somebody too crazy, just, regular member of the roster. He tells us who it is, but it's, again, off-screen. And then we've got Shane Helms defeating Ernest Miller in 6:43 by pinfall with a super kick. 64C, just a straight head win for Helms. He got a 70, so he's getting up there. And then we have a Helms program on Luger. Luger comes out, he, basically sends it right back at Helms. Helms talks about how, Luger's an overinflated, over-the-hill guy who never really had it. He got lucky 1 week by Devin Hogan, then he lost the title right away. So he's barely a legend, but, he'll take him out too. Luger probably hasn't come about Helm's size. So, he's got a super kick for sure, but, he's got nothing behind it. He's still the total package. So if he wants to kill a legend, try taking on him. 79B. Again, solid promo. Then we've got, in sort of follow-up from last week, we've got the Silver City Rollers defeating Yang and Jamie Noble in 7:25, when Cash defeating Yang by pinfall with a dead level, which I'm not sure what that is, so look that up on Wikipedia, folks. 67C+, so actually a pretty good tag match. Reno's gimmick is getting stale, so might need to adjust that. Reno got 57, Cash got 62, Noble got 54, Yang got 59. So, solid mid-card tag match to put over Cash. And then Reno and Cash continue their beatdown on Yang and Noble. And then Tajiri comes out. He basically, kicks Reno, knock him down, and then, miss Cash right in the face. Reno came out looking excellent. Tajiri performed poorly because he's not that over yet. But, we've got a Cruiserweight title match to build up to, so here we go. 51D+, so, nothing too terrible, but it's pretty solid. Again, Cruiserweight match. Lots of guys who aren't that over yet without that charisma, but, we'll work with it. Then we got Steiner's backstage again. They kill some lower card workers, so Lash takes a bump, Big Vito takes a bump, Johnny the Bull takes a bump, Johnny Swinger takes a bump. 87B+, Steiner just, rants the whole time, talking about conspiracies, WCW screwing him over again. He should be the star of WCW, but they're putting Booker T over instead, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Steiner looks excellent, 87B+. Again, awesome promo. And then we've got, well, it got a 99 A-star, so it has to be good, right? Anyway, Sting comes out, He's, says it's showtime again. He got a problem with Vampiro. Vampiro tried to take him out, but he's Sting. He's, the ultimate legend of WCW. It's going to take a lot more than one little beatdown to take him out forever. And then, like, sort of the Turner vision comes on, and, like, Vampiro's in, like, some, ritzy Orange County neighborhood. And he talks about how, like, he's in lovely Orange County at the Borden household. So let's just see what they're up to. Then it cuts out. Sting looks upset. He, like, rushes out to the back. And then I'll just sort of, like, put it over as Vampiro being real evil because he's, taking this into real life instead of in the ring where it should stay. So, yeah. I think they actually did this angle during the Russo era, but this isn't as crazy. And again, Russo never happened. But again, 99 A-star. So, coming back, again, Dustin Rhodes defeats Chavo Guerrero Jr. in 6:05 by pinfall with a bulldog. So, like, we can just put this over as, like, Rhodes just being, crazy upset at Lawler, insulting his father and his legacy, and just running over Chavo. Solid mid-card match, Chavo's actually pretty good in the ring. I just don't have really anything for him. So this is kind of comedy gimmick. And then Rhodes promo, he calls out Lawler for next week. No, I didn't say a match for next week. He just calls him out. So who knows what'll happen. 68 C+. Perfectly solid. And then in a match here, we got Sean Hare defeating Shane Douglas in 740. When Shane Douglas, so I mentioned this as, like, near the end of the match, Douglas has cheated, is sort of beating down O'Hare, and then he just, like, completely, like, brings the chair in the ring and just wallops O'Hare with it. Because remember, O'Hare had a little feud with Canyon, then last week he helped save DDP, as the Horsemen were interfering, causing that match to fall in the chaos. And there we go. But unfortunately, they don't click, so might have to alter some plans, or throw these guys near more bottom of the card than I thought. Anyway, yeah, they didn't click, got a 61, so what can you do? And then Douglas just continues the beatdown, says, your ass just got franchised. That's for what you get for getting the Horseman business, young buck, and 66 C+. So I'm imagining lots of promos, not so much matches between them. Then, we have a quick backstage segment. Well, not a quick one, but like have a backstage segment where, like, Steiner's is, facing off against the Horsemen. Steiner calls out Flair, Douglas, Jarrett, Canyon. But they say, we're Horsemen. If we would have set you up, we'd be open about it because, we're still Horsemen. You're just still two Steiners, but, we promise we had nothing to do with it, buddy. So have fun. And, they talk about they've got titles to hold and matches to win. 93A. Steiner didn't do so well this time, but still 93A. And then we got our main event. So, in a good main event match, DDP and Chuck Palumbo defeated Booker T and Billy Kidman, and Canyon and Jeff Jarrett in 13:57. I forgot this not as an elimination match, so let's pretend that didn't happen. The actual finish was DDP hitting the Diamond Cutter on Booker T and getting the pin. So Kidman got a 67, Booker T got an 80, Jarrett got an 81, Canyon got a 91, Palumbo got a 57, DDP got a 77, 82B. Really good main event. And then we've got a DDP Booker stare down, a Horseman beat down, because remember we got Flair, we got Jarrett and Canyon in the match. They have Flair and Douglas around. And then Palumbo and Kidman, save. Because remember, last week, Ric Flair tried to hit on Palumbo. Ric Flair tried to hit on Palumbo's valet, Stacy Keibler. And Kidman's, still around and teamed with Booker T tonight. And, trying to get back the U.S. title. 89A, really good segment. And we're moving on. And now we got the final segment of the night. We got to end the show, so sort of like, not like, sort of like a in media res. Bischoff tells Steiners, he knows who did it, but he can't say for legal reasons. Steiner rants and wiles, and then just, and this is like in a sort of like backstage area, so like maybe his office or just outside his office. So like Scott Steiner just grabs him, whips him belly to belly through like a table or something nearby, and then like the show goes off the air with Bischoff being sent through a table again. 87B+. Scott Steiner did a fantastic job. Hooray. That is an 88B+. Jesus Christ, that's a good one. I mean, that happens when you stick Scott Steiner in 3 segments, have a Sting Vampiro segment in 99, and a whole bunch of solid matches. See? Not that hard. Why didn't WCW do this? But yeah. So yeah. I mean, at this point, so we got our 3-way title match. We've got our U.S. title rematch. We've got a tag title rematch. We've got, obviously, seems like Scott Steiner having a mystery, attacker, and other stuff happening. So let's look at our email, see if anything interesting happened. Nope, just the same people upset that they're not out of developmental. So let's look at Raw. So they got an 89A, because of course they still had to beat us. So main ended by Jericho defeating Triple H. Ivory going to no contest with Molly Holly. The Rock defeating Al Snow. Okay. Hardy Boys going to no contest with Supply and Demand. And some other fun stuff. But yeah, that's Nitro for this week. We're 2 weeks out from Rising Fury. So again, give me a like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. But see you again for the next Nitro. Have a good one. Adios.